Hello, everybody. Hello, Mortimer Duke. Hello, Nina Laura. Oh, Ava's outside. Oopsies. We'll do treats, for her as soon as, literally, she just got put out there just a couple minutes ago. And I meant to bring her in after I did my inhaler, and then I got distracted because of this man right here. Hello, Jerry Matthew Boyd. I just learned that Jerry sent me a coffee pot. A new Keurig. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for them to go on sale. And so he was talking to Manuel, and Manuel said to send him the link. And I'm like, hey, can you send me the link too? Because apparently they're on sale now. And then Manuel said he sent you one. And I'm thinking he sent me the link. No, he sent me a coffee pot, and it's going to be here tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited. So Ava will have to blame Jerry. Hello, Mark Addy. Good to see you, honey. Hello, Eileen Carlin. Hello, C. Rex. I hope you're feeling better, love. Hello, Lisette Panette. Hello, Spider-Man. Yep, I am right now. I got presents. And this one, I I hear it's treats, and it's perfect timing because Billy cleared the Temptations today. Actually, just like a couple hours ago. So he's been upset with me because so when Billy wants treats, he comes up here and like nuzzles on me and kisses on me and drools all over the place and flops down on my desk, and then when he gets sick of being pet and cuddled and loved, then he gets up and he walks over and he like sticks his face in the treat bin. Like, okay, woman, I let you pet me. Now give me treats. And, he did all that. And it didn't end with treats. So he wasn't happy. And it's like, sorry, buddy, the bucket's empty. And he didn't understand me. I have got some exciting news for you guys. Are you ready for this? So, I did a thing. I'm now on Spotify. Every day after the stream, I'll be uploading the stream to the podcast. So everybody can listen to it while they drive or whatever, when they're working or whatever. They can listen on Spotify now. And the first release of The Mighty Metheny is available for pre-download on Spotify as well. Within a couple of days, you'll be able to add it to your playlist if you want. This is the rock version. It's not like death metal or super hard rock, but it is rock. It's along the lines of classic rock style. If I'm going by what Robert says on Facebook Messenger, it's badass. What is it, Billy? What is it? What is it, buddy? Do you already know? Do you already know? Oh my goodness. Enjoy your gift, Jerry Matthew Boy. Oh, thank you so much. We already know they will. It's 2 tubs of Temptations. It's the mix-ups, which has chicken catnip and cheddar flavor. Oh my goodness, they haven't had these yet. But somebody's already waiting. So, when in Rome. Look at him, he's so attentive. But that's probably because there's treats involved. What's up, buds? He's like, there's a box, and there's a hole in the box to jump in. Hold on, I'm going to set these here because there's more in there. Thank you so much, Jerry. Oh, told you. Box, cat and box. Okay, cat got out of box. And then, holy cows, there's a box in a box. It's a box of Blue Buffalo Variety Pack. Oh my gosh. And now Billy is fully in the box. Here, Billy, in a box. I got them new kitty scratchers. So there's an A-frame scratcher, and then there's a scratcher that's in a box so I can put catnip on it and it doesn't all fall through the floor. He's got his head in the bin. Is that good stuff, huh? Huh, buddy? Is that good stuff? Yeah. I need my cutter. Thank you. No, don't come crawling over here. I don't know what that one is yet. We haven't gotten that far. Oh, she has never had these. Apple and yogurt. Oh my goodness. And then it's got her 2 favorite flavors so far. The bacon, egg, and cheese. And her pumpkin cinnamon. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And now I got to figure out, Billy's got his face in this one too. And this one's heavy. I had to have help bringing this one in. Because this one's heavy. Where did I bumped my cutter out of the way. All right. Oh, hi, Earl. Oh, you want the box? There, have the box. All right. You gonna help me with this one, Billy? I know. You got your nose right up in there. Watch your face. Mama's got a shark thing. I don't know if I should show you guys this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags of coffee. Who told you I have a problem? Oh my gosh. 2 pounds each. And there's no note. There's no note. There's no note. There's 12 pounds of coffee. And it just is returned to Walmart distribution center. Oh my gosh. Oh, whoever it was. Thank you. I'm gonna have to add 8 o'clock bean coffee to the hashtags and the ads in the programming. Oh my. They are roasted in Maryland. Sweet, fruity, and well balanced. I do know how good they are. I've had 8 o'clock coffee a lot. In fact, that's what I have in the kitchen right now. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I kind of like coffee. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and now I'll be able to make it by the pot instead of just by the cup. Oh my goodness, thank you. Were you in cahoots with someone? Yeah, it might last a week. I see. Yeah. Oh my. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I am just absolutely in awe. Yes, yes. Look at them. Look at the 2 of them. Oh, they're so darn cute. Oh. It's just a streaming service. You go on to Spotify.com and you can download it onto your phone, or you can download the Spotify app, and then you pick artists that you like and you pick channels that you like. You can listen to podcasts, you can listen to music. They've got almost any form of entertainment that you could want to have. And now they have me. Oh yeah, they're on the TV too for Roku TVs. Well, the good news is it will also be available on YouTube Music. I'm not sure it's gonna be your type of music. Maybe. I mean, you love Weird Al, and I mean, it's not. This one's not like Weird Al. The next one, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet what the next one's going to turn out. There's another version being made because I didn't want specifically a rock album. I didn't want it to specifically be a rock song, and that's what I get for hiring a rock musician. But he did a wonderful job. He did. He cut about half of my lyrics out, including one of the parts that I said I didn't want cut under any circumstances, but it fits. So I am really pleased with what he did, but I am very super excited to see what the next guy does. And there's a part in it that I got to record. So I'm in the next one. Hello, Sir Philip Esquire. There she is. Hello, Auntie M. Yes, shortly after I told you that I was going to be going live last night, I crashed. And I mean crashed. I had not slept for the full over the night. And then the next day. Yeah, after I closed stream down on what, Monday? Was that Monday? Tuesday. After I closed stream on Tuesday. Oh no, it would have been Monday. Whatever day it was. I can't remember now. Anyways, the last time I streamed, I closed the stream down, and then it was garbage day is Wednesday. So yeah, it would have been Tuesday. And so I had to get the garbage can to the road, and I had nobody to help me. And so by the time I got back to the house, I was in such like excruciating pain. And I thought, well, I'll take my meds and then I'll go to bed. Well, the pain didn't really let up, especially not since then I had to do cat boxes and get that. I did the cat boxes before I took the garbage to the road, but so yeah, I got cat boxes done, and then I took the garbage to the road. But it was like, yeah, the pain was unbearable, and I was up literally all night long. And then I passed out the next day, right before I would have made the live stream. So yeah, because I had to be up collecting dockets all day long. No sleep for the wicked, and apparently I am one bad bitch. But Auntie M, sweetie, I am so happy to see you. You have no idea how much you have been missed. Hi, Billy. Are you going to make a bet on my coffee? There's enough of it. Oh, I know. I think they're just too excited at the moment. There's a lot of activity going on around them at the moment. Here, baby boy. Here, you want some? You want some? Oh. He's like, now that I know the other box isn't treats for me, I'll snack on these. Yes, your boy. There's my good boy, Billy. Oh, you dropped one. That's okay. Ava will find it. I promise you. That is one thing I can be sure of. Ava will find it before the vacuum does. All right, can I have my hand back now? I'll set these down. You can go at them. Earl, you ready for yours? Baby. I'll toss them in that box. Hello, Shane. I haven't seen you for a long time either. Welcome, buddy. Oh, look at that greeting she's getting, guys. She deserves it. Oh my gosh. I feel like it's kind of like the gang's all here, you know? Sir Philip, Auntie M, Shane, they were like literally they started me. Like I don't know that I would have come as far as I have if it had not been for them. Absolutely. Like I wouldn't have the logo, any of the logos. This chair, this is my Christmas present. Initiated by Auntie M. She rallied everybody together to throw in, and then she ordered me this chair. So, like, it. I seriously, I am the luckiest person in the entire world. I really am. I am so truly blessed. They can have it. It's just got a higher fat content. And it's Ava, so she's chunky anyways. Dogs can have cat food. Cats cannot have dog food. Dog food specifically does not have ash in it. So like once in a while isn't going to kill them, but they cannot live a sustained diet of nothing but dog food. And you have to be very careful because certain dog foods, such as the Blue Buffalo Health Bars, have cinnamon in them. And cinnamon specifically will make your cat very sick. Just ask Earl, who absolutely loves stealing Ava's treats or the crumbs that Ava doesn't eat all the way. So I have to be very careful, like, to make sure all of the crumbs are collected. If Ava doesn't get them, which she 99% of the time does, or to make sure, like, when I give her the powdery stuff at the bottom of the bag, that I put it into her bowl, because if it's left on the floor, Earl will lick it up, and then he will, for 2 days, he will throw up everywhere. Aww. Okay. Only because it's a special treat from Jerry. Only because I will let you have a few more. A rock who clearly doesn't know curtain coloring. That was one of my favorite parts, you guys, when they were creating the Discord. Like, they would get into like full day on, and by the way, yeah, they created the Discord. I never could have done that. But they would get into full on arguments for like 14 straight hours arguing over colors. It was the best times of life. I didn't. We used to spend hours on the phone talking, all of us in like a group chat. It was so great. Oh, he stopped. He stopped. He went, he had to get water. And then he hopped down. He's good. He's good. Now I'll cap him and call it good. He's probably going to go see if there's anything left on the wet food bowls. I don't think there is, though. I think Tiny Kitten cleared them off. I guess the catnip's hitting Earl. Did y'all see that? He just did a flying leap. He just went like that. Oh my gosh. Oh. I don't know what he sees. Oh, dang it. I blocked him. I think so. I think those treats are hitting him. Hello, Mortimer Duke. Yes, there is. You're not my only source of fun. There's always Earl, too. What have you done times 2? Actually, times 60 ounces. Oh my gosh. All right, I do have to get Ava inside. Hello, Linda Applegate, sweetie. All right. All right, fine. I'll tell the wife. You know, that's going to be the only bad part with the Spotify. If people are just listening while they drive or something, they're not going to see the comments that I put up on the screen. What's uploaded is videos, but it's Spotify, so you can listen. So sorry, I just got a glimpse of that. She says you can have me. Hey man, if I have to share my ham sandwiches with them, then they have to share their catnip with me. Okay, I'm gonna put the cases on. I am gonna get Ava inside. I am going to try to carry 6 bags. It's only 12 pounds. I can do it. To the kitchen where they go. I will be back. Lickety split. Like, seriously, I will. I've got one specifically dedicated for him, or for the homosexuals. Yeah. There's the spare key for my daughter, and then there's the spare key for the homosexuals. You know, I gotta make sure they have a nice, warm, comfy place to I almost said the wrong word there. I'm going to replace it with go. Oh. know he is too. For all I know, the other gal's sick of him already. Oh, he can't. It's politically incorrect for him to do blackface. And that is only referring to my homosexual. My homosexual, yes, he was African American. He was black. I'm not saying, I'm not saying all blah blah blah. Just clarifying that for when the trolls start coming at me. Oh yeah. Oh, you expect him to have ABT? No, he takes ours. Hello, Squishy. Come at me, bro. Yeah, if you look at my video, if you look at the video that I did when I sang Better in Me, that song was kind of sort of somewhat inspired by the first time he left. If you go watch that video, his picture may or may not be right about here. It's actually a photo collage of him. You can barely see it because it's so small, Okay, all right. Ava's getting cold. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, golly, you guys are way too much fun. There is a clip in tonight's stream. There is a clip that I have to give shouts out to Squishy and to people in court. It was a community effort to be able to show you guys this one. It's back in Norbeast's room.
Okay, is everybody at a location where they can have a hearing and participate fully? They're not moving?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. We are ready to start recording. We are live on the record in cause number 24-02-02158. This is a suit for modification of support order. This was filed by the Attorney General's office January 13th of 2025. The parties are all here present on Zoom today. This is a remote proceeding, and I am sitting outside of Montgomery County pursuant to the Texas Family Code, section 201.1045. And I find nobody has filed any objection to proceeding this way. Mr. Evans, can you state your full name for the record, please? Are you still with us?
Zachary Evans.
Okay, and are you in a location where you won't be moving?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just want to be sure. Miss Kanjemi, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Caitlin Jamie.
Okay, thank you. Can you both please raise your right hands to be sworn in? So are you smoking?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I was fixing to.
Please don't smoke in court. We're going to get to the rules in just a moment, but consider yourself in a courtroom right now.
Okay.
Please
Yes,
act as if you were in a courtroom with a bailiff next to you. Please treat it the same way. If you can please raise your right hand to be sworn in. Is your hand up, sir? Okay. Do you each solemnly swear that any testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Evans?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You can lower your hands. And counsel for the Attorney General's office, please state your name for the record.
Margie Painter.
Okay, thank you. A few housekeeping items before we continue. The first is I am an associate judge, so you do have the right to a de novo hearing before the referring court. Also, even though you're in your homes, you should be acting as if you're in court. So please stay on camera. In court, you're there. You don't just hide under the desk or run out of the courtroom. And so you should be on camera just as if you were in a courtroom so I can see you. If you do go off camera, there's no way of me knowing if you froze or not because your backgrounds don't move. So it's real important for many reasons that you stay on camera so we can see that you're hearing and participating and so that you're sure to hear everything so you know what you do or don't need to respond to. Also, we generally take testimony in court. So one of you will be asked questions at a time by the Assistant Attorney General. If you're not the person being asked questions, unless you have a legal objection, please don't interrupt or answer for the other person. You'll both be given a chance to be asked questions, and you'll both be given a chance to speak at the end since you don't have counsel. But just wait till it's your turn, and I'll let you know when that is to speak. Feel free to take notes so you don't forget anything. But it's not a back and forth or an argument or a negotiation. This is a hearing where you're going to present evidence and testimony. And then lastly, just know I'm not with the Attorney General's office. And so anything you've given to them or spoken to them about today or any other day, they're not allowed to discuss with me. And so you're likely to be asked questions about things you've already discussed with them. And just be aware that's going to happen. I know it's kind of frustrating, but it's the way I get information. So if you can just be patient with the process and answer their questions, it'll, believe it or not, go faster than if you don't. So with that being said, are there any agreements today?
No, Your Honor.
And you may proceed.
Your Honor, the state would call Mr. Evans. Mr. Evans, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Zachary Evans.
And you are the father of the child that is in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any other minor children under the age of 18 that are biologically yours?
No, ma'am.
And are you currently employed?
Not full time.
Are you currently employed?
I work when I can, when they need me to.
Where do you work?
New Candy Recycling.
I'm sorry, you broke up, sir. Where do you work?
New Candy Recycling.
Okay.
And are you working with sheet metal there, or what are you doing there?
Yes, ma'am.
How many days a week do you work?
As many as I can. Whenever they call me to come work.
Do you
Some
work
people-
5 days a week?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever worked for them for 5 days a week?
In the past,
How long have you been working for them?
like 6 or 7 months.
So on average, how many days a week do you work for them?
Not many here lately.
On average, sir, how many days a
Okay,
week?
last week I worked 0 days.
And the week
No,
before that?
I'm sorry. The week before that, I didn't work at all. Last week I worked 2 days.
And today is Thursday. Have you worked any days at the New Caney Recycling Center this week?
Monday.
You worked Monday. And do you get paid weekly or daily?
They pay on Saturdays.
Every Saturday, if you work, you would get paid on Saturday.
Yes, ma'am.
And is that the same amount that you get paid for a whole day?
Ma'am,
If you worked last Monday, how much money did you get last Saturday?
that would be $60.
$60. And do they pay you cash?
Yes.
So when the week before, whenever you worked, let's say if you worked 2 days a week, on a Saturday, you would have gotten $120 if you had worked 2 days in a week.
Well,
That's correct.
We just lost Miss Kangemi. Did you lose connectivity, ma'am?
That was an accident.
Okay. You're back?
Yes, ma'am.
So you've worked for New Caney Recycling for approximately 6 months,
Yes, ma'am.
and you are averaging, if you work, you make $60 a day,
Yes, ma'am.
but you're not working 5 days a week for this
No,
company.
ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any other sources of income?
No, ma'am.
Do you have access to private insurance for the child in this matter?
No, ma'am.
In regards to a claim for retroactive child support, have you given Miss
One second. Is Miss Kanjemi still with us? Oh, I see she's here. Okay, thank you.
have you given mom any direct payments for the support of the child?
I have. I don't have receipts to prove that, but I have.
Have you given her any direct payments since August of 2024?
Yes.
And do you have an amount of money that you have given mom since August of 2024?
No, ma'am.
Have you given her $100 since August of 2024?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. It looks like he was first served with this lawsuit. September 11th. Well, no, that might be right. September 23rd, actually. No, I'm sorry, that's not right either. September 4th. He was served September 4th of 2025. And there was no back child support ordered.
He was incarcerated under the prior default order, so mom was asking for retro from when he had been discharged or released from incarceration.
Is there law to support that request?
That's just what she was asking for, Your Honor. I do not have one for you.
Okay.
But it is correct. He was just served in September, and that's one of the reasons why this case was reset for today to allow the time to expire. So, okay. So, Mr. Evans, I just want to make sure you have no other source of income. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And do you have a current driver's license?
I don't.
And do you use your bicycle as a mode of transportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have family members or friends who can allow you or give you rides to get to any other potential jobs that you might have come available to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you utilize those friends or family to give you rides to get to any type of job that becomes available?
If I had other options, I would.
I pass this witness.
Okay. You may call your next witness.
I call Miss Kangami
And Jamie,
and Jamie. Can you please state your full name for the record?
Caitlin, can Jamie?
And you're the mother of the child in this matter?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you received any direct payments from Mr. Evans in the past year?
He gave me $100 one time.
And when was that?
Um, I don't remember. It was like 6 months ago.
Have you received any monies from him in the last 30 days?
No.
And are you aware of any additional income that Mr. Evans may have that he has not testified regarding?
No, but I do know that he has, maybe not the last couple weeks, but before that he was working every day, and he used to have his own car. He would go to work. Since he's been out of prison, before he got this job, he was working at a different job paying more. So he's definitely been working more than he's telling y'all.
Do you know any other locations that he would be working at besides New Caney Recycling?
No, he just works for him. That guy has a couple scrap yards though. Sometimes he works at the other one and sometimes he works at that one.
Where would another location be besides the New Caney Recycling?
It's like 2 minutes from that one. It's McCluskey Road. I don't know the name of it. He's told me that he goes there.
And is it your impression or your opinion that he makes more than minimum wage?
And maybe not the last 2 weeks, but other than that, yes, ma'am. He has also admitted that he didn't want to tell y'all what he makes because he didn't want to pay what y'all said the first time that we went to child support court.
Ma'am, I'm just asking if you have any knowledge of any other income that he has.
No.
Okay. I pass this witness.
The state doesn't represent either of you. I'm going to give you both a chance. If there's something additional you think I need to hear. Mr. Evans, is there something additional you think I need to hear?
No, not really. I mean, I would like to be able to see my son. Whenever I was in prison, and I got a letter about the custody and child support, and then I tried to go to the hearing in the law library, and they would not let me go. I went to the law library, and they said that the judge has to contact them, otherwise I cannot come in there. And then so they had the hearing, but I was not a part of it. And then next thing I'm getting letters saying that it's not in the child's best interest to be around me, and I don't think that's very fair. Like, and then now I'm supposed to pay child support, and then I'm not allowed to see him. Which is weird because like before I went to prison, we were together. Like I was around him all the time. That was not an issue.
Okay. Jimmy, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, before he went to prison, we already had broke up because he kept getting charges against me. He wouldn't stop putting his hands on me. That's why they took his rights, not because he was in prison.
Okay. I have a question. It looks like the last order had a non-disclosure. Had a non-disclosure for both of them. I'm not sure why. Is there a signed copy of the last order? I didn't even ask this.
Your Honor, I know the last order was signed in April of 2024, and I have a signed copy from Patricia Burrows, the associate judge presided, and it was signed April the 28th, 2024. I can share my screen if you would want me to bring up any particular pages.
No, I'm just concerned the signed copy might not have made it to the court file.
I believe I have it pulled up on I have it pulled up on Odyssey, but it's attached to my pleading for let's see. Let me go back in. Yes, if I pull up Montgomery County Odyssey on April the 28th, 2024, there is a
Oh, maybe, yeah, I see it. Okay, now I see it. Somehow it was nuts. That's very bizarre.
and it does
Oh,
address
suit for modification. I'm sorry. I am looking at the suit for modification again. I do not. I see an April 28th, 2024. And when I click on it, it says that it was signed. Like I see a letter.
oh. But I do have I have a signed copy, but I see.
Logistically, after this hearing, we should get with Ms. Foote and figure out logistically.
Yes, Your Honor.
This was before we were importing, and this was not my docket. I was like, there's no notes. It's because it was not my docket.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Okay. Would you like to make a brief closing?
Yes, Your Honor. Based on the testimony received from Mr. Evans, the state would ask for a minimum wage finding in this case and calculate child support at $222 a month. Order government assistance mom to maintain the government coverage in this matter, and order Mr. Evans to pay cash medical support in the amount of $50 a month, both of those amounts beginning November 1st, 2025. If the court were to award retroactive child support based on minimum wage, the calculation would be at $232 a month for any retroactive child support that the court would order. Mr. Evans does not have any other minor children, so that would be giving him credit just for the child in this matter and no other children.
Okay, Mr. Evans, would you like to make a brief closing?
Yes, ma'am. I don't know what I would be paying the $50 for the medical. His Medicaid was canceled. Is the last thing that I was told. So he doesn't have Medicaid or insurance.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say? About any of the other issues?
No.
Ms. Jamie, is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, ma'am.
I'm going to find there's been a material and substantial change in circumstance since the last order, and that Mr. Evans is now out of jail. He's no longer incarcerated. And so I am modifying the prior order and ordering that child support that Mr. Evans paid to Ms. Kenjami, child support of $222 per month beginning November 1st, 2025. I'm finding nobody has access to private insurance at a reasonable cost. And I'm ordering that Ms. Kenjami apply for a government or medical assistance program, and ordering that Mr. Evans pay to her cash medical support of $50 per month beginning November 1st, 2025. Uninsured expenses are to be shared or ordered to be shared 50-50. And the state's going to draft the order. I'm denying a request for retroactive child support. I don't believe there's a legal authority to grant such request. And the state is going to draft the order based on my ruling today, and then they'll be sending it to both of you through DocuSign to review and sign off on.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Maybe excuse. Thank you.
Can someone move them back into the breakout rooms?
Yes, I'll get them moved over now.
The way that she keeps smiling and laughing at the other man that's in the room, and I guarantee it's the other man and he's in the room. I have a feeling that she's doing all that intentionally to try to make Mr. Evans jealous and to try to get a rise out of him. I'm not the biggest fan of her. Now, 100%, he's not a great human either, and he is not doing his best to support his child. But I really don't like how very manipulative she seems. Yeah, she just kept smiling and given that vibe of oh, look how happy I am now without you. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's manipulative and it's ridiculous. It's childish and petty. Grow up. Be genuine and assist in forming a father-son or father-daughter, whatever, relationship. with the father of your child. You don't have to like him anymore. You don't have to be in a relationship with him, but you did make the child with him. So encourage the child to have a relationship with him. Honestly, whether you're getting paid or not.
As defense counsel separately from his client by Zoom. Amber Norris appears for the state of Kansas. This matter was originally scheduled for evidentiary preliminary hearing. What announcement is made at this time, Mr. Favre?
Judge, it was originally scheduled for evidence, and then we believed that we would end up having a global plea agreement on this matter. After conferring with Ms. Chastain just now, Ms. Chastain would like to still have an evidentiary hearing set, and we know that the state is not ready for that yet. So we know that the state will need to have a continuance. And just to fill in some of the gap in that record, basically, Judge, we had a global plea agreement set with Ms. Chastain, and the first part of it was successfully completed. The second part of it was blown up by a different judge in the district court, different division. And Ms. Chastain feels like because of the second judge's denial of the plea agreement that she is no longer under the plea agreement, and she would like to have, and it wasn't a written plea agreement, so she would like to now have an evidentiary hearing set. And so that's what we're going to request, but we know the state will need a continuance. We won't object to that.
Another judge denied a plea agreement being entered into the record and refused to take the plea, or
No,
didn't
she
follow a
took
sentencing recommendation?
didn't follow the recommendations, Judge. She did not refuse to take the plea. She just did not follow the recommendations.
And Your Honor, she took the plea, but there was also a warrant to show cause that was involved. And I guess, Mr. Favre, you made it clear to your client that everything that happened last week can be undone along
I've told
with
her.
this case?
I've told her, she's aware of that. Yeah.
All right. It does appear that there was an understanding of the state that this case would not be for evidence today, despite the fact it was originally scheduled for that. The court understands that position. The court will continue this matter for evidentiary preliminary hearing, essentially caused by the defense. And I'll reset this. How much time do you need to get your witness or witnesses subpoenaed for this, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, probably would request 30 days, although with holidays, it might make it slightly more difficult, but what kind of date is the court looking at?
Well, I could have set something about 2 weeks out. If we need to go a little bit further, then we're going to be into December.
And that's fine, Your Honor, for the state.
Okay. And I trust that Ms. Chastain is, because of the warrant to show cause and the way it was eventually disposed of, is going to be in jail for the foreseeable future.
I believe until, I have to go back and look, but yeah, for the foreseeable future.
I have some time in the afternoon of Monday, December 8th. Mr. Favre, that is a Monday. So if you'll check your calendar for the afternoon of December the 8th.
Judge, is that a normal PHC for one of the other divisions? Otherwise, I'm
Would
open.
be, yes.
So I suspect I'll have some PHCs that will pop up at 2:30 that day, but I am completely open right now.
Okay. If we set this at 1:15, that would give us an hour and 15 minutes until 2:30 docket starts.
That works for me.
Very well. And for the state as well, Ms. Norris?
Judge, are you going with the 2:30 on the 8th?
No, I'm going 1:15 for evidentiary hearing, allowing an hour and 15 minutes before the 2:30 docket starts.
Let me double check, but that should probably work. Yes, that'd be fine by the state.
All right. 1:15 p.m. Monday, December 8th for evidentiary preliminary hearing in the case. As asked to be rescheduled by the defense. And again, counsel, it's the court's intention to have both of you freed up for whatever judge is conducting the 2:30 docket, because that will be done in another court. 1:15 Monday, December 8th, and hopefully we can get started on time on that date. All right, with that rescheduling made, Mr. Favre, anything else we need to address currently?
No, not at this time, Judge.
Ms. Norris, anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Chastain, I trust that you've been able to see and hear everything adequately today.
Yes,
Very well.
thank
If
you.
there's nothing further, then the Bridget Chastain matter will currently be in recess, and this meeting may be ended for all at this time.
I want to know which judge it was that blew up the global deal. Ms. Norris referenced she when referring to the judge. I only know one female judge that is in Kansas. Well, there is a pro tem female, but she wouldn't blow up any kind of a plea arrangement because she's pro tem. And usually they kind of just go along with things. Oh, I didn't think of Satterfield. It probably was. It probably was. I am going to have to search through my Satterfield dockets. That was my first thought, too. That was my first thought. But, I mean, technically, Webby is a magistrate. The actual judge is Satterfield. And that's why I didn't think Webby would be the one blowing it up. I was so confused, but I completely forgot about Satterfield. Hello, Charlie. You missed so much fun. All right, I gotta put my PAWFURM back up. I like switching it to the Ricky bill when it's Judge Ricky. It just, it suits him. I wonder if he liked his coffee mug. I've never seen him drink from it.
Good afternoon. May I have your name, please?
Yes, I checked. It was Lionel Perry.
Good afternoon, Mr. Perry. Sir, we're on the record in case number 25-6021 ST, and you're appearing for arraignment purposes this afternoon. You're appearing with Mr. Hubble, the defense attorney available through the Indigent Defense Council here to assist you. Mr. Hubble, did you have opportunity to speak with Mr. Perry?
I did not. May I please have a breakout room?
Yes. So, Mr. Perry, I'm going to place you and Mr. Hubble in a breakout room so that he can go over the issues regarding the arraignment before we get on the record. Thank you and welcome back. Once again, we're on the record in case number 25-6021 ST. Mr. Hubble, did you have opportunity to review the allegations on the complaint, nature of the offense, and possible maximum penalties with Mr. Perry?
I did, Your Honor. I believe he does understand what he's being charged with. Waive a formal reading of the complaint. He is asking the court to enter a not guilty plea on his behalf, and he advises that he wishes to retain his own attorney.
Okay. The next step in the process, the pretrial conference, will be scheduled for November 18th. It's at 9:30 a.m. in person here at the district court. Mr. Hubble, regarding bond?
Mr. Perry does have an address listed on the complaint as 4 Mile Road. Asked that he be allowed to be released so that he can assist in his own defense. You don't
He's
have it.
currently being held on other charges, is that right?
I wasn't aware of that. Nobody informed me of that, Your Honor. What are the other charges?
No.
Is he represented by an attorney currently too?
Hold on, please.
Thank you.
He's being held on a felony possession of methamphetamine. He was going to hire his own attorney, but was unable to do so.
No, I hired one. I'm not being given the opportunity to speak with them. because the judges live in the jail, where they have a kitty brothel. And so when my lawyers try to contact me, they're being told I'm not here. The phones are actually tapped, and they have record of that.
Okay.
Well, that's just common knowledge that the jail phones are tapped. That everybody knows that. But the kitty brothel and the judge is living there. That's some new information.
So your bond in this case is going to be a $1,000, 10% bond. Conditions on the bond are that you may not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, registration, and insurance. The next step in the process, the pretrial conference in this case, again, will be scheduled for November 18th at 9:30 a.m. So if you're going to hire your own attorney, make sure that you do that as quickly as possible. Mr. Hubble, is there anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. So for right now, Mr. Perry, you are all set, sir.
Kylie Roach, can you hear me okay?
I can.
On the record on file 253013 SM, People versus Kylie Ann Roach. And good morning, Miss Roach.
Good morning.
How are things in Colorado this morning?
A little chilly, but not too bad. It's a little early over here.
Well, I was going to say, is it 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock?
7.
7 o'clock, okay. And your whereabouts?
I'm in Denver, right downtown.
Oh, okay, all right. My brother took his first job after college in Evergreen, which is a suburb, I believe, and he used to send back some incredible pictures from out there, and he loved it. Nice place to live. Of course,
They got much better view. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
go ahead.
they have way better view of the leaves changing over in Evergreen. It's really pretty this time of year.
Well, he got homesick for a girlfriend, and so he wasn't out there any more than probably, I don't know, 5 years tops. But need to remind you again, Ms. Roach, you're here today without an attorney, and I have to advise you at every step of the proceedings, you do have the right to the assistance of an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you could request one at public expense, even for purposes of sentencing. Do you wish to have an attorney appointed for purposes of your sentencing, or proceed today on your own?
I will continue to represent myself today. Thank you.
On the 10th of this month, you entered a plea of guilty under advisement on count 1 to a charge of domestic violence. With that, counts 2 and 3 were dismissed on motion of the prosecutor. And they did request we set this for sentencing at a later date for crime victim rights purposes. So Mr. Duffield, the victim on count 1 was Alexis Roach. Is Alexis Roach present, or has she filed any type of impact statement with your office?
I don't believe Alexis Roach is present, but I do have a impact statement received from her, if I may read it.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, sir. Regarding victim's personal reaction, Alexis is stating she did not feel she was the victim of a crime. She feels the situation was blown out of proportion as it was a sibling argument, which escalated to the point that police were contacted by a third party. She does not believe the crime affected her or others around her, except that they were doing everything possible at the time to explain to law enforcement that their sisters should not be charged with a crime in this situation. She is hopeful that our legal system will do the right thing and take her words to heart in the incident. Regarding physical or emotional injury, again, Ms. Roach states she was not in any way physically or emotionally harmed. She has no bills or restitution relating to this, nor was any property damage destroyed or lost during this situation. Likewise, she does not feel she's she's entitled to any compensation for there was nothing, no costs were incurred relating to this. And regarding response to this, she did recommend to our office dropping all charges against Ms. Roach. She did not feel that she had suffered physical or emotional injury. And she asks that the court takes her words into consideration when imposing sentence. And she would just like to take a moment to share additional thoughts on the situation. She was very disappointed that her sister was charged with 3 counts of domestic violence. She feels the situation at hand was a heated argument between 4 sisters who've always maintained a very special and close relationship, and one that she hopes will continue even after this very unfortunate incident where Ms. Roach had to spend a night in jail to a fundamental misunderstanding of the law enforcement at the scene. She wholeheartedly and compassionately asks the court to strongly consider her words, reputation, and her sister, her sister's reputation in dropping all charges or expunging the incident from her record. She feels that her sister is intelligent, caring, and an honorable member of society who deserves to have these charges dropped with no strings attached, and she fully intends and promises the court that this situation will never happen again. She feels that they are a loving family who are extremely upset that this silly misunderstanding between sisters turned into what it did. She takes domestic violence very seriously, was trained in college through the One Love program on understanding domestic violence, and she wanted the court to be aware of. She felt that in no way was the situation warranting of the charges which were brought, and she thanks the court for considering her opinion. Thank you.
Mr. Duffield, any indication that alcohol or controlled substances were a factor in this altercation?
I believe the parties had been drinking wine prior to the incident. I do not have an indication of anything else or as to the amount that was consumed, but I believe all parties involved were had something to drink.
Okay. Well, Ms. Roach, you also have a full opportunity at this point to tell me anything you would like to for sentencing.
I'm just reacting to my sister's statement for the first time. I'd never heard those words before this moment, and I'm very grateful for her statement. And I agree with much of what she said. We got into a very heated argument that did turn physical, and although none of us had severe injuries, I think we were all emotionally hurt by the situation. And all I want to do, and I believe all that they want to do, is move forward, repair, and heal so that we can move on and be, you know, a more unified family again without this incident putting a lot of stress on all of us, myself especially. I know that my mental health has been affected by the situation. I'm glad to hear that my sister doesn't feel the same. But I look forward to healing and moving on.
Were you here vacationing, or does one of your sisters live here in Allegheny County?
All of us were there vacationing over Labor Day weekend.
Okay, over what weekend?
None of us live in Michigan, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So you had a family vacation and you all came here to Michigan.
That's right.
And it looks like, let's see, Kylie is you, so Alexis is your older sister, Haley and Rose are your younger sisters.
That's right.
Sounds like all of you got into it, and as you're probably aware now after the fact, if this had been a private argument, it would have stayed a private argument. You would have all gone back to wherever you came from out of state, and we never would have been involved in any of this, but somebody picked up a phone and dialed 3 numbers, 911, and that meant the government got involved in your sister feud or argument, whatever it was. And when the police get called to anything that's domestic, they do something. So when people call for the government's help, the government does what they do. And I can tell you, since before you were born, that meant on a domestic violence charge, it wasn't just you girls calm down and if we have to come back, someone's going to jail. It's boom, they make a determination right there who was at fault, and someone is probably going to get arrested who is the original aggressor. They found that was you, and here you are. So I don't know who called the police. It sounds like some third party called saying that their significant other was being assaulted by her sister. So somebody else obviously in the house, if this was a private house, but that's why you're here. Again, when the government gets called, the government responds, and the police do what they do, the prosecutor does what they do, and the courts do what we do. But the good thing is, if this whole program works out successfully, this is going to be just like a bad Labor Day weekend memory for you, because the charge is going to be dismissed at the end. So since you don't have an attorney, I'm going to explain a little more in detail what's going to happen here. First of all, the diversionary period is for a period of 12 months, and you will be on probation to the court for that time. The probation department is going to be aware that you live out of state. This happens all the time, and they will keep in touch with you out of state for most of your, if not all of your reporting. It'll be just online. The only time you may have to come in is if you start missing some report dates, and then they follow it up with an in-person. So just make sure you don't miss any of those routine reports, because then it could turn into an in-person.
Well, we know for sure that whoever it was that called was one of the sisters, and it's whoever's significant other was being assaulted by this woman that maybe, I mean, you know, wine does change people, so maybe she's more vicious than she appears to be. But yeah, it was definitely one of the sisters that called.
But I'm going to indicate here from my end, you may remain in Colorado while on this deferral. The protective bond involving your sister was dismissed at the time of your plea, so that's not a factor any longer. They handle counseling a lot different when it's a bunch of adult sisters as opposed to a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, but they will determine what, if any, counseling services are necessary. And I guess the goal is just to make sure that when life stresses take over, that you don't wind up getting physical like this again, because this is a one-time thing for pretty much all the states, first offense deferral like this. So this won't be able to be done again in the future. So that's the goal of that, is to provide counseling services to help you deal with whatever comes up. The oversight fee for this is $625. That's a probation oversight fee for the services of probation for that year. You were released from the Allegheny County Jail on a $500 PR bond, but you'll have the entire year on probation to pay that amount on a monthly payment plan set up through the probation department. If you complete this probationary term successfully, the probation officer will notify me of that fact, and I will notify you by letter that the case has been dismissed. And so you'll know while you're on this deferral, this is a non-public record. So number one, you have not been convicted of domestic violence because your plea was taken under advisement. It's kind of legally hanging out there. The only way you'd be convicted is if you blew it on probation and your probation officer filed a violation, then a conviction would be entered. So there's no conviction on your record. The file is a non-public file. If anybody looked it up, it would show nothing. And if you complete the terms and conditions successfully, it'll stay that way because this count, the first count, will be dismissed. And like I said, it'll just be a bad memory for you. So given what's happened so far, I don't have much doubt that's going to happen. Probation department is going to call you to set up your probation order. They will have you sign it electronically today. What number can they reach you at today?
My number is.
Okay. Again, since you don't have an attorney, do you have any questions regarding what's going to happen over this deferral period?
Just one. Am I liable to pay the bond fee in addition to the oversight fee, or is the bond $500 only subject to me if I violate the terms of probation?
Your bond is canceled as of today because your case is over.
Okay.
The bond is for release from jail. You were released from jail on what's called a personal recognizance bond, which just means you promised to come back. You didn't have to put any money up. So no, you won't owe any $500, just that $625 oversight fee, and you can stretch that out over the whole year if you like. It just has to be paid at the end so you can get discharged successfully. So no rush on that, but you do have to complete the payments before we can let you go from probation. Any other questions though, Ms. Roach?
No, I understand. Thank you.
You are free to hang up the court proceeding. Probation department will call you at the number you just gave us. And again, hopefully in about a year, if I'm still here, someone will send you a letter indicating your case has been dismissed. Good luck to you, Ms. Roach.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you.
And Mr. Jamesma, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Good morning.
About 243937 SM, People versus Stephen Allen Kubik II. Here today for sentencing. This was originally a misdemeanor complaint issued by the Allegan County Prosecutor's Office on a charge of stalking. The prosecutor's office then dismissed the stalking charge they issued against him. He entered a plea of guilty to an added count 2, a charge of malicious use of a telecommunications service against a different victim, a Sarah Elizabeth Starr. At that time, the prosecutor's office recommended that we set this for sentencing at a later date for crime victim rights purposes. And Mr. Duffield, is Sarah Starr present, or has she filed any type of impact statement with the court?
Thank you, Your Honor. I do not believe Ms. Starr is present. However, I do have an impact statement for her to read to the court.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Your Honor, my name is Sarah Starr. I am making this statement to describe the impact that my neighbor's actions have had on my life and the life of my family. Over the past year, my neighbor, Stephen, has intimidated and threatened my husband and our home. His behavior has made me feel nervous, anxious, and unsafe in our own home, a place which should be my sanctuary. He has made specific threats to kill my husband and to set our house on fire. These threats were terrifying and have left me feeling on edge. I find myself watching our windows, feeling nervous whenever I see him walk by. His unpredictable behavior makes it difficult to relax, as I'm always worried what kind of mood he might be in, or if he has been drinking. We no longer feel comfortable in our own backyard or on our deck. I understand that Stephen has had difficulties with his mental health and with alcohol. While I do feel sympathy for his situation, his behavior has had a serious and lasting impact on our well-being. His drinking and unpredictable moods make him even more frightening to deal with. I respectfully ask that the court take into consideration the fear, distress, and ongoing anxiety this has caused myself and my family. I do hope any sentence or order made will ensure our safety and give us peace of mind going forward. Thank you for taking the time to hear my statement, Ms. Sarah Starr, and this was dated 3 days ago.
Thank you, Mr. Duffield. Mr. Kubika, this is your chance now to tell me anything you would like to for your sentencing as well. Sir, are you with us?
Hello, yes.
This is your chance to tell me anything you would like to for your sentencing this morning.
Yes, Your Honor. I do regret if anything I had said last fall has upset my neighbors. I find it sad personally for them if it's upsetting them, and also, you know, they've been my neighbors for many years, and we had, and up until about a year ago, we had been, I would consider, friends, and it, you know, I regret that my actions have caused them to feel upset and unsafe at this point. And I have made steps, you know, in the past year to change those behaviors. I no longer drink. I do go to AA. I seek counseling at the VA. I've not had any negative interaction with anybody in that family in over a year, and in fact they have, all four of them, initiated contact over the last year, and it seems to have been friendly. That's a bit surprising to me that she would write that 3 days ago.
Well, now you know to stay away from them.
But in any event, if that's how she feels, that's how she feels. I feel like it was an isolated incident, and I would like to just put this behind us so that we can all move forward in this matter, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Jansma, on behalf of your client for sentencing as well.
Yes, Your Honor. I think Mr. Kubica is taking some pretty big steps here to make sure this doesn't happen again. I think alcohol was the major impetus behind his behavior, and he's cut that out of his life. I think he is starting to understand, especially based on that victim impact statement, that while may think that the statements he made were innocuous, they've had a very big impact on his neighbors, and he can't make statements like that or engage in any behavior like that. And I think he now is coming to the realization that he can't do that because they're still his neighbors, and he's going to have to see them probably on a daily basis. So if the court still has concerns about this type of behavior, I believe that a brief period of probation would be appropriate to have Mr. Kubica show to the court that he can continue on his path of AA counseling and getting rid of this type of behavior.
Sir, I don't think anyone is going to consider a threat to kill Ms. Starr's husband an innocuous statement, alcohol fueled or not. That's going to be the ultimate statement that would frighten somebody. It sounds like things have changed a little bit in the past. It sounds like you've taken some steps that we were going to take anyway on a probationary term. But again, given the impact statement and the facts of this case, I am going to place you on a term of probation. That'll
do it. Yeah. Those statements, that'll do, donkey. That'll do.
Be to start with a period of 12 months, and that will be with counseling as directed by the probation department. Based on the facts of this case, will indicate while on probation, you're not to possess or consume any alcohol, marijuana, or any controlled substances other than those prescribed to you by a medical professional. They will have the authority to check you for that here at our probation department, have you checked by the police at your home, or have you physically monitored for alcohol consumption at any point while on probation. I am going to indicate the following based on the impact statement, that at the beginning of probation that you have no contact with your neighbor Sarah Starr, who was the victim on the case, or the count rather, that you pled guilty to. That could be changed with a directive from your probation officer. So if Ms. Starr wishes to have contact and your probation officer recommends it, I would sign a written amendment to your probation order. I thought I understood from the plea, is there also a PPO in place, Mr. Jansma?
I am not I think there was at one point. I'm not sure if it's still in effect because this case is over a year old.
Okay. So again, just no contact with Sarah Starr until further order of the court, which would literally mean a amendment to the probation order. On the charge of malicious use of a telecommunications service, the fine is $1,000. Court costs are $300. State costs and fees are $125. There is a $360 oversight fee for that term of probation, for a total of $1,785. You will have the entire time on probation to pay that amount on a monthly payment plan set up through the probation department. Finally, as to your probationary sentence, required to advise you pursuant to MCL 771.2 that you are eligible to be discharged at the halfway point if all the terms and conditions of your probationary sentence have been completed at that time. So in your case, sir, what that means is if everything has been completed, you can be discharged from probation in as soon as 6 months. Our probation department is going to contact you on the telephone today to set up that probation order. What telephone number can they reach you at today?
My number is area code 616.
You are free to hang up from the court proceeding, be available at the telephone number you just gave us. Our probation department will call you at that number shortly and go over that probation order with you. Good luck to you, sir. I hope you can get this all wrapped up in the first 6 months. Thank you, Mr. Jansma. Mr. Duffield.
Thank
All
you,
right,
sir.
thank you, Your Honor.
Early. Miss Canfield-Cadbury, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can.
All right. This is a citation that was issued on January 10th of this year on US 131 there in Wayland Township. Said too fast for conditions involving an accident. You're hearing me on this citation to do one of three things. First is you could admit responsibility to the citation, or two, admit responsibility, but you'd like to provide some sort of explanation to court as to how or why this happened. Or three, you wish to contest this citation. In other words, fight this ticket at what we call informal hearing. What were you looking to do?
I want the hearing, please. I deny responsibility.
All right. Then the first thing I do is swear you both in. You want to go ahead and raise your right hands. You swear or affirm any testimony that you give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, it makes a lot more sense for me to start with the deputy. He has the burden to establish to me why you were issued a citation in the first place, but then after that, you'll have an opportunity to either ask questions or testify on your own behalf, all right?
Yes, can I just state something for the record first before we begin?
Sure.
The only thing that I wanted to state is that I did previously request an adjournment of this because I did suffer a head injury and I am written off from work because of my head injury by a concussion doctor at the neurology center at Bronson. I'm not supposed to be practicing law, so I don't feel that I should have to go forward. But I was told by the court we could not adjourn this unless I wanted to have a formal hearing and skip this process.
We all feel that you should not be practicing law, head injury or not.
So I
That
just,
is correct.
I
If
wanted.
you don't want to go forward today, you can ask for formal hearing. That'll get reset and they'd be compliant with you asking for a date considerably farther out. But for informal hearing, we don't move dates, either by officer or by the defendant.
Yeah, I just wanted the court to be aware that my processing right now is slower. And so I might take a moment to ask questions and things.
That's fine. We have time.
Thank you.
All right. And so with that, Deputy, you want to pick up the narrative somewhere where it makes sense and explain the issuing of the citation?
Yes, sir. So on January 10th, 2025, shortly after 5:04 p.m., we were dispatched to southbound US 131, just south of the 6-1 mile marker on ramp, for one vehicle crashed into the ditch. Upon arriving on scene, we found a single vehicle identified as a 2016 Chevy, red in color, with the attached Michigan license plate of Edward Lincoln David 430, into the right-hand shoulder of southbound US 131. Through investigation, I found that the vehicle was traveling southbound when it had lost control, went into the ditch, and did sustain damage. I did issue the driver and the only occupant of the vehicle identified as Angelique, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, Angelique Camfield Kuiper, the citation for the violation of the basic speed law for driving too fast. I did issue her citation SD 33604.
All right. And Ms. Camfield Kuiper, what is it you wish to tell me?
I would like to cross-examine the deputy, please.
Okay.
And Deputy Earl, how long have you been a deputy for the Allegan County Sheriff's Department?
I've been here for 2.5 years.
Any prior law enforcement experience?
Yes, ma'am. I've been an officer prior to that for a separate agency for a year and a half.
When did you graduate the academy?
I believe it was 2020.
Look at the judge's face. He's looking at her like, are we seriously doing this right now?
And what?
Ms. Camfield Kuiper, how would this be relevant to your citation?
I think I have the right to ask him his background and experience to determine whether I was going too fast when there was no personal observation.
Then let me just put something on record here. This is not a speeding ticket. It's not accusing you of speeding. You can get this ticket going 10 miles an hour. What it is you have a duty to maintain your vehicle on the roadway. Weather conditions and road conditions are not a legal defense to this ticket. Essentially, the only legal defense to this ticket is I didn't slide off the road. So I'll let you proceed, but what the officer's experience is not relevant. He's not making a judgment call that you were too fast for conditions. He's simply observing that your car left the roadway. That is the only element to this citation.
Actually, Your Honor, I looked up the statute and the statute says exactly, it is under the speeding statute under 257-627 parens 1 that I.
Yes, ma'am, but like I said, if you're going 10 miles an hour and you slide off the roadway, you will still get this citation. It is not accusing you of speeding. It is accusing you of going too fast for conditions. The prima facie evidence of that is that you left the roadway. But
Well,
you can continue.
I respectfully disagree with the court on that. Deputy, did you personally observe any of my driving that day?
No,
Did you speak to anybody who personally observed my driving that day?
no, ma'am.
Can you tell me what the weather conditions were that day?
I believe they were cloudy with snow.
Can you tell me where you were when you were dispatched to the scene?
I believe I was in Wayland when I was dispatched to this scene.
Do you know what the distance was that you were away from where my car was?
I do not.
Do you know how long it took you to get there?
I do not.
Do you know if the snow began earlier in the morning and was accumulating on the highway?
I do not recall.
Do you know if it was icy in addition to being snowy that day?
I do not recall.
Did you have an opportunity to review your accident report prior to testifying today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall on your accident report that you wrote there was no ambulance at the scene?
I do not recall.
Would you refresh your recollection if you saw your accident report?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have that with you, sir?
Yes, I can pull it out.
Could you take a look at that, please, and tell me whether you marked an ambulance was present or not?
Ma'am, can you tell me whether or not it would be relevant whether or not there was an ambulance there?
Yes, Your Honor. If the deputy can't recall what the weather was, how long it took him to get there, whether it was icy in addition to snowing, and there are errors in the traffic report, it calls into question the veracity in his recollection with respect to that day.
Okay, but ma'am, the relevant sentence would be your testimony. Whether, are you denying that you had an accident and left the roadway?
No, Your Honor, but I have
That's the only pertinent question.
I have other information to present to the court.
Okay, why don't we present it in the form of testimony as opposed to cross-examination, and I'll determine whether or not this line of inquiry is relevant to a civil infraction, ma'am.
Okay. I guess I don't.
Ma'am, let me put it another way. Road conditions and weather conditions are not a legal defense to this ticket. You have a ticket that says your car left the roadway. Do you have any information to present that your car didn't leave the roadway?
No, the ticket, the statutory section says, did I operate at a careful and prudent speed, not greater than nor less than what's reasonable and proper, having due regard to the traffic surface width of the highway and any other condition existing.
I'm infinitely familiar with the statute. Here's the issue. The testimony is that your car left the roadway. That is the prima facie evidence that you were not traveling at a speed conducive to the weather conditions and the road conditions. Ma'am, you can make that argument, but what I need to hear before I make a ruling, is we're getting way far afield of the information I need, is whether or not your car, you had an accident where you left the roadway that day. I have as testimony that you did. If you would like to provide testimony that that didn't happen, that would be relevant for this citation.
So none of the road or weather conditions are relevant to this action?
No, ma'am. I sit here all winter, every year, getting this citation. If you have a slide off, even a one-car slide off, you will get this citation. We cannot give a ticket to the road for being icy or to the weather for being snowy. We live in Michigan.
But
People were driving all day long on 131 and not having accidents, but you had an accident. That's why you have this citation. The defense to this citation would be, I didn't have an accident.
Well, I
You
don't.
cannot blame it on the road or blame it on the weather. That is not an option for me to not find you responsible. I would still find you responsible regardless of the weather or regardless of the road conditions. You always theoretically could have been driving differently and not had an accident.
And
Right?
the court is predisposed to a decision on these tickets.
Well, no, ma'am, because I would be willing to hear you say that didn't happen. I didn't slide off the road. But you're not suggesting that or testifying that. You just are going in circles about road conditions and weather conditions. So what I'm saying is I give you an opportunity right now to present to me relevant testimony to my decision of whether or not you had a slide off that day.
The relevant testimony, Your Honor, is that I was traveling at a careful and prudent speed. And
No,
I'll
you
tell
weren't,
you-
ma'am. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had an accident.
I
That is the
disagree
definition
with
of
the
careful
court.
and prudent, right?
I disagree with the court.
Okay.
If I
So,
may testify, I
ma'am-
would appreciate doing so.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I work in Grand Rapids and I live in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and I was on my way home from work. And you'll have to forgive me, this when I talk about this accident, it's very traumatic and it makes me extremely upset. I haven't had a citation in over 20 plus years.
Ma'am, you slid off the road. You didn't hit anyone and no one hit you. You slid off the road.
My last ticket was when I was in my 20s on my way to law school.
Ma'am, again, that's a relevancy issue. It would be unfair of me if I looked up your record and made decisions on this case based upon whether you did or did not have tickets. All I have to do is decide on January 10th of this year around 5:04 p.m., did you slide off a 131 or not? That's the only thing I have to decide. I already have evidence provided from the deputy that that did in fact happen. This is your opportunity to present evidence to me that it didn't happen.
Well, I was driving at a careful and prudent speed, which is part of the statute. And just that the fact that my car went off the roadway does not mean that I was not. There were 22 accidents between mine and the hospital the EMTs were taking me to. They told me that. And it wasn't that every single person was driving too fast for conditions. I had just driven. So when I left my office, it took me 20 minutes to clear off my car. I'm very, very careful to make sure that my lights aren't covered. There's no snow on my roof or anywhere else. My plate is visible. I'm very careful with that. And I had just driven through an accident. I don't have a clear recollection, but it was either just at the south end of the S curve or towards Caledonia. And I was being very cautious because I was trying to get home safely and have a weekend with my daughter because her sister was out of the state at a soccer tournament and I just wanted some time with her. And I remember that I texted over the Bluetooth, my staff at the office, and I said, be very careful, the roads are bad. And then I called my daughter over the Bluetooth and said, honey, I'm gonna be late because the roads are really, really bad and I just passed an accident and I'm taking my time.
Ma'am, I'm going to caution you. Did you just testify that while you were driving, you texted?
Over the Bluetooth, it's the voice to text.
Oh.
I do not hold my phone while I'm driving ever, and I always wear my seatbelt. So I let them know that I was gonna be later because I was taking my time and being cautious. When I got into Allegan County, the roads were worse and the visibility was lower. And I'm hesitant always to change lanes in that weather because in Allegan County in particular, the road commission's really bad at clearing the roads. I've driven in this state. I've lived in this state my whole life. I know how to drive in the winter and to be cautious. And I was hit on I-94 in 2021. I was rear-ended.
Ma'am, you are telling a very long and involved story that is irrelevant to the decision I have to make today.
Well, I'm trying to explain what happened.
How is anything that you've told me so far going to explain whether or not you left the roadway or not?
Because it tells you how it happened. I was being careful.
No, it doesn't, ma'am.
Driving.
The fact that you were in an accident in the past on a different road has no bearing on what's happening here.
It does, because I was rear-ended and slammed into the vehicle in front of me, and it caused me trauma. And there was somebody that was coming up really fast behind me, probably a truck, I can't remember. Because I get really nervous then when they're behind me so fast because I've already been hit. So I slowed even more and wanted to put my indicator on and checked my mirror to make sure it was clear. And I started to merge over so I would get out of that person's way. And then the slush was pretty deep. It was about maybe 3 or 4 inches of slush between the lanes, and it caught my tires. And there wasn't anything that I could do. I wasn't driving too fast. I was trying to slow down even more and get out of that person's way. I'm very careful on the road.
Anything further you wish to tell me, ma'am?
Just that I don't think a preponderance of the evidence demonstrates just because I was off the road that means I wasn't driving carefully and prudently. I was even informing people how bad it was and saying to be careful.
Okay, ma'am, so for purposes of informal hearing, I would find that the deputy has met their burden and that you are responsible on this citation. Now, because you had a contested hearing, you do have a right to say, I don't agree with what just happened there. I want to take this to formal hearing. Formal hearing is in front of the district court judges. It involves the prosecutor's office. But to get to formal hearing, you must do 2 things. First is you must ask for a formal hearing within 7 days of today's date. That window of opportunity to contest this further closes after 7 days. And 2, you must come in and post a cash bond in the same amount as the fine to guarantee your appearance at formal hearing.
You want to know what is even more? It's once you actually realize this is simply an infraction. There's no points. It is just a ticket. And she is an attorney now. Now, apparently, she is a prosecutor or soon to be. But It's just a ticket. It doesn't go on your record or and she's this emotional that honestly makes me question if she has the capacity. I mean, I was questioning if she had the capacity to be an effective lawyer, but now I'm hearing she's going to be prosecutor. This is not normal behavior.
Do you understand your rights on appeal?
Yes, I don't know how much the ticket is.
I can tell you that. It's either 110 or 135, depending on whether or not they put the accident on there. $135, man. So if you come in and post that as bond, and then request that formal hearing within 7 days, you'd get another bite at the apple. I will tell you the problem that formal hearing will also be that road conditions and weather conditions are not a legal defense to this ticket, but you're free to exercise your rights. But we're all set for what we need to do here today. I'm going to go ahead and release parties. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next matter is People of the State of Michigan versus Holly Lauren Connor, filed 25S00248.
Tonight is bad attorney night. Because here we have an attorney that, oh my, he gets absolutely indignant with the judge, and it's just something to beholden.
Appearances,
Tiffany
please.
Woods. Tiffany Woods for the people.
Hey, good morning, Judge. I'm Christopher Sinclair, 80512, appearing with and on behalf of Ms. Connor, who's present on the screen, and we consent to proceeding via Zoom.
Okay, very good. This appears to be a bond violation report.
I wasn't aware of a bond violation report. We were prepared to enter a plea today.
Well, good. That'll take care of that then.
Yes, sir.
We'll worry about that later on. Does most courts, I normally require a blazer and a tie on the lawyers appearing before me, just so you know. I don't know what Judge Washington does, but the court rules require lawyers to be wearing blazers and ties for the future. I just want you to know that.
Okay. Which court rule are you referencing?
Mine. I was brought up that way. We just wear jackets and ties in court, and I have the same protocol for Zoom. If she does as well. I'm told Judge Washington does it well as well.
Yeah, I've appeared in front of her, and she didn't require your request is duly noted, and I didn't see that in the court rules. But like I said, your personal requirement is noted.
Okay, very good. And told Judge Washington does too, but I'm not going to delay justice for this matter. Anyway.
Yeah, I appeared in front of her, and she didn't say anything about it. But
Dude, know when to drop it. Like, dropping it would have been immediately when the judge first mentioned it, and you should have just said, I apologize, Your Honor. I will remember that in the future. And then leave it alone.
Well, we'll let that be for another day. Enough said. Word to the wise is enough for young lawyers. So that's that. All right.
I'm 10 years in. I'm not that young. But thank you. Like I said, duly
You
noted.
look good. That's good. All right. Anyway, let us proceed. You wish to your client wishes to enter a plea?
Yes.
All right. Let's see what we have here. Let me locate the complaint. All right. Count one is operating while intoxicated, which is a 93-day misdemeanor. There's a second offense notice in here, which ramps it up to misdemeanor of up to $1,000, 5 days in jail, and or 30 to 90 days community service. Prosecutor, is there an offer here?
Yes, Judge. The plea offer would be to plead to an added count 2 OWI first offense. There are no sentencing agreements, but if there are any testing violations on bond, I will ask for an initial jail term at sentencing.
And just one modification. I believe, if memory serves me properly, I emailed with Ms. Woods, and she agreed to a probationary sentence agreement with the condition that if there was a violation, that she will be asking for upfront jail. So my understanding was that there was a sentence agreement to probation.
Yes, it would be probation, but if there's any bond violations, then I would ask for jail. That is correct.
All right, fair enough.
All right. Ms. Connor, you're on
Yeah.
the screen. Raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, in the matter now pending before this court?
I do.
All right. What's your name?
Holly Connor.
Say again.
Holly Connor,
Ms. Connor, how old are you?
37.
What's your date of birth?
So of 1887.
How far did you go in school?
College.
Did you get a BA?
No, associate.
Okay. Well, congratulations. Do you read, write, understand English?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
You read, write, and understand English.
Yes.
Are you presently under the influence of alcohol or any controlled substance?
No.
What are you pleading guilty to?
OWI.
Operating while intoxicated, first offense?
Yes.
Okay, and you recognize that that is a 93-day maximum with a maximum $500 fine and community service, and there's going to be 6 points on your license?
Yes.
All right. Do you understand the plea of guilty that you are now offering this charge has the same legal effects as a conviction at trial?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you're presently on probation or parole for any other conviction, that the plea of guilty that you're now offering could result in a revocation of status? It might subject you to full penalties of prior conviction?
Yes.
Are you presently on probation or parole for any other conviction?
No.
Has your lawyer explained to you the nature of the charge against you to complete satisfaction?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the services of your lawyer?
Yes.
What's the maximum sentence on this charge?
93 days.
Correct. And the minimum is 0, probation, understand?
Yes.
Do you understand that if your plea is accepted, you will not have a trial of any kind, and you will be given up the rights you would have at a trial?
Yes.
Okay, with respect to the advice or rights, I'm going to read you these rights. You've offered to plead guilty in this matter. Before accepting your plea, the court must be convinced you understand the following. If your plea is accepted, you will not have a trial of any kind, and you will be given up the rights you would have at a trial, including the right to be tried by a jury, to be presumed innocent until proved guilty. You have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt the charge guilty. You have the witnesses against you appear at the trial to question the witnesses against you. If the court order any witnesses you have for the defense to appear at the trial to remain silent during the trial, do not have silence used against you in a testified trial if you want to testify. If your plea is accepted, you may be given up the right to appeal issues that would otherwise be appealable if you're convicted at trial. Further, any appeal from your conviction and sentence pursuant to the plea will be by application for leave to appeal, not by right. If your plea is accepted and you commit any violations between now and sentencing, you lose the plea bargain. Court will accept your plea, send you within the bounds of the law. Fines and costs are due at the time of sentencing unless you need a payment plan, and we'll give you one. Understand?
Yes.
All right. I'm satisfied the defendant understands their constitutional rights and waive same. Is a plea that you're now offering the result of a plea agreement between the parties? This is a result of a plea agreement. They're dismissing the second enhancement, and you're pleading guilty to, or you operating while intoxicated first. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Has anyone promised you anything beyond what's in this plea agreement?
No.
All right. Lawyers, is this an accurate plea agreement?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Back to you, young lady. Have you been promised by the court, the prosecutor, or your lawyer that you'll be put on probation, or that you receive any other specific type of sentence in return for the plea you're now offering?
No.
Have you ever been promised that if you pled guilty to this charge, that you'll be treated more leniently than if you exercise right to have a trial?
No.
Well, Judge, if I may interject, there is that sentence agreement to probation with the understanding that if there's a bond violation after today, that the prosecutor will request jail time.
Prosecutor, is that correct?
Judge, there's a sentencing agreement to probation, but if there's any bond violations, then I'm going to ask the judge for jail, and it would be up to the judge as to whether they're going to give jail or not.
I've got a couple of bond violations here. If the court finds these bond violations are accurate, that the judge's hands are tied to no upfront jail. You understand that, Mr. Sinclair?
I do.
All right, do you understand that, Ms. Connor?
Yeah.
All right. So if the judge finds there's any validity to these two bond violations in the file, the judge is not restricted from sentencing jail on these. You understand?
Yes.
All right. All right. I just want to make it clear. Does anyone promise you anything beyond what's in this plea agreement?
Well, Judge,
No.
maybe we need to address the violations prior to entering the plea, because it's my understanding, again, that the sentence agreement was to probation. And if during the time period between the plea and the sentence, if there was a bond violation, then Ms. Woods would be asking for jail. And kind of as I mentioned quickly at the top of the call, well, when the case was called, I haven't been made aware of any bond violations on the file. So if that's going to become maybe a hiccup down the road, maybe we should address it now, maybe, or at least know what those allegations are prior to proceeding.
Okay.
And I haven't received any violation report either, so I'm not aware of that.
All right, thank you. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to adjourn this matter out to November 13. We will let the lawyers see what's in this file, because I've got a couple of reports in here. One's dated October 28, 2025. The other is dated October 6, 2025, regarding missed and dilute tests. Looks like back in August. And then also it's got some diluted tests, or that she did not test on October 6th, 5th, 4th, another one on the 4th. So you can, she didn't test on the 26th. She didn't test on the 27th. She tested on the 27th. She missed the 26th. You should get copies of these violations and work on them. I'm going to adjourn the matter out to November 13th. So Judge,
I'll be in trial on the 13th on a capital case,
what court?
Wayne County.
The
Judge,
judge.
who's the judge on that? Ann McCarthy.
All right, I can move to the 20th. I'll move it out 3 weeks. That way, give everybody time to get on the same page here.
All right.
Will that be live or in person?
That will be live.
That will be live. We'll be live on the 20th, and I will put a note in the.
When you say live, are you saying Zoom?
No, live is when you come into court.
Okay, because you said live or in person, so I wasn't clear on it.
It'll be live. No, I was asking the clerk. Okay.
You couldn't use context clues, dude. You are insufferable. Mr. Sinclair, you are the absolute most annoying type of person. The worst. I couldn't stand being in your presence for a solid 10 minutes.
I'll see you here.
What time?
I'm adjourning this to November 20, 2025 at 9 a.m.
Well, if it's in person, 9 a.m. on the 20th won't work for me because I have to be in Wayne County on a felony case.
We could do November 6th, which would be next week.
We'll do November 6th then. That'll be a little better. That'll get everything under control.
Depends on the time.
It would be 9 a.m., but
Nine-
it'd still be Zoom, Your Honor.
On Zoom?
Correct.
Okay. We can do November 6th Zoom.
I have a 9 a.m. in person. I have a 8:30 in person on the 6th, and a noon and a 1:30.
Give me 1 second, Your Honor.
You a solo practitioner, or you have other associates?
I'm a solo. I own the firm, but I'm a solo. I contract out for other cases.
November 3rd, counselor?
Is that in person or on Zoom?
That would be on Zoom still.
Zoom.
I can do I can do the 3rd on Zoom.
All right, very good.
They do understand, though, that they only have until Monday to discuss and figure it out.
You're gonna have a short window to get things discussed between you and the prosecutor. I'm moving this over to November 3rd.
Well, here's the issue. I just need to have notice of what the violations are. Like if I can actually see the violations, my preference is not to have it so fast on the 3rd. But excuse me, if you know, I have other matters that are on my calendar. If the court is able to accommodate my calendar, and on a date that's not.
I've given you plenty of dates. I'm adjourning this out to November 3rd, and you can get
Well,
these.
I'm responding to what the court
What
said.
time are we at? What time, ma'am?
It's at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
And the bond violation report was sent to both counsel by myself approximately 4 minutes ago, Your Honor.
Okay.
He actually said to the judge, if the court can accommodate my schedule. And yeah, I understand that it was a slip of the tongue of the judge, the old senile judge. I get that. I know, I knew what he meant, but if it had just been that, if it had been that one comment, I wouldn't have said anything. But this attorney has just been argumentative from the start. Absolutely just, I've been here for 10 years. I'm not new by any means, or I'm not young by any means, something like that, you know? And the whole, well, I don't know whose courtroom, or I don't know what court rule you're referring to when the judge told him that ties and jackets are required in court for attorneys. I don't know what rule you're referencing. Like, there are a lot of judges that absolutely require dress code. Oh golly, I can't think of his name. But there is one judge that he would snap on attorneys and defendants. Absolutely snap on them if they were not appropriately dressed. He stopped live streaming a long time ago, but he just would not take it. And so this, expecting a dress code to be honored is not uncommon for a judge. So yeah. Yeah. The judge is holding back. I'm kind of proud of this judge. He's holding back. You know, the judge is giving him a lot more leeway and a lot more courtesy than what this man deserves. Yes. Absolutely. He's very much so.
We sent you the bond violation, so you'll have them. That way you can be prepared.
And just for the record, I was responding to what the court said. I didn't have an additional request, just so we're abundantly clear. But you have a good day, and I'll see you out there.
Adjourned to November 3rd, 2025 at 9 a.m. for pretrial. Hopefully you guys can get this wrapped up and be able to handle Judge Washington.
Oh, I didn't realize that was the last case. Darn it. I'm sorry, guys. I wouldn't have, I would have waited to interrupt it if I had known it was the last case. Yes. Well, there are some that are put on for sure. I didn't put your first comment up, but yeah, there is some court that's put on. Like there was a while ago. Well, heck, even Jerry Springer has a court show now. There was one about injuries. So it was all about injuries and going after money damages, and that was such a farce. It was so put on. And then I think now I just learned there's Judge Vonda Bailey, I think her name is, or something like that. Vonda something. But she has a child child support court show, and I actually get her dockets. I didn't realize that she had a show. I didn't realize that was the same one until I Googled or I YouTubed her name, specifically her name. When I was looking for, I had started a download and then my downloader failed and I had to reinitiate it. So I went back to get the case that she was doing, and up popped not only the courtroom that we can see, that I can get, but also all of the outrageous child support court hearings that I've seen the TikToks done on, and or not TikToks, the shorts done on, and it like all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, that's the same person. I didn't know her name until today. And even now, I mean, apparently I can't remember her name now. Hold on. It is, it'll be easy. I just have to type Von. Yeah, it's Judge Vonda Bailey. Yeah. I was so like, whoa, that's the same person. I don't know. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. A whole pot of it. A whole pot of it. And you know, I haven't completely myrtleized my Keurig yet. So I could essentially, no, I couldn't. I was like, oh, I could put my Keurig over here. No, I couldn't, because my computer is like right there, and up here are all of my externals, and over here, like my whole desk is full of stuff. I mean, I could probably put it next to the cat's water fountain, but then they'd walk on it, and no. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of usable space in the room. I'd have to run an electrical cord under the couch. Maybe I could put a little coffee table stand right here. And then all I would have to do would be turn the camera off and turn around and make it. But I don't want to put a Keurig on my desk where there's so much expensive electrical equipment. Because I know me. I know me. Yeah. I had no idea. Very overdramatic, which is why I never would have put the two and two together. But I even think her child support court show, I even think that is a bit put on. Maybe I'm wrong, but she doesn't act like that on the actual hearings that we see. So I don't know. Oh, I didn't know that he was a judge too. I love Judge Judy. I absolutely love Judge Judy. Wow, I had no clue. Oh, well, still, I had no clue. Yeah, his show was a long time ago, the court show. But yeah, he did. He was Judge Jerry for a while. The bald guy, Wilkos, something like that. I think he was on there too. Oh, Maury Povich, or Maury Povic, however you say it. You are not the father. Oh man, so many of our defendants wish they would hear that. Well, yeah, if you want to be wrong. Yeah, thank you, Steve Wilkos. The bodyguard dude with the shiny bald head. They are all shiny. You're right. You missed it. You've missed all of us. You know it. She goes to bed early now, guys. She no longer has insomnia. Money and food. There are a lot of the bad actors that you see. Jerry Springer, this was notorious for his show. The people that would go on Jerry Springer, and the very robust women that would just rip their shirt off for absolutely no reason, and nobody wanted them to. Yeah. Or the ones that would throw the chairs that they didn't fit in. The primary motivator for them was food. They had, in the back area, they had a lavish buffet of anything you could imagine. They had submarines and all sorts of lunch meats and chips and soda and you name it. And they would go out on the street and they would be like, hey, we will give you X amount of money. It wasn't a lot of money, and all that you can eat. And it was very often taken up. I loved Paternity Court. Absolutely loved watching that. That was so much fun. I loved that one. I got into that long before I got into like court. I grew up watching Judge Judy and all of my mom was obsessed with watching People's Court and Judge Judy and Judge Mathis and all of them. Just, she was obsessed with them. So I oh my gosh, I watched a lot of them long before they were live streamed on YouTube like this. Yeah, but a lot of it wasn't real. That's the thing. But you never know which ones were real and which ones weren't. Oh, there were two versions though, remember? There was the original one that had an old male judge, and then a female took over and she spoke absolutely perfect Spanish. you would not know by looking at her that she was of Latino descent, but she was. Yep, Wapner. That's the original one. And then who was the female judge of the People's Court? I can't think of her name. Oh, I remember Divorce Court. Oh, yeah, I remember Divorce Court. I watched that one a lot, too. Milian. Yep. Judge Marilyn Milian. Thank you. See, you guys are so smart. Everybody gets a gold star and a cookie today. Yeah, you guys are absolutely so awesome. Oh, she's absolutely gorgeous. Hands down. Hands down, one of the most beautiful women. Her hair was always just, it had that perfect wave to it. Like it was straight hair, but she always had that. Mine does it every once in a while, but hers was perfect every time, like that, but prettier. Well, here in the United States, it's open to the public, streamed on TV, and streamed on YouTube. Yeah, you get your fill. Get it? Oh, we got to get the rest of the crew in. Who is the other old dude between Wapner and Milian? Oh, there's the answer. Judge Scheinlin. See? Oh my gosh, I wonder if we can find the episode with Travis Big Papa in it. I always had a feeling. I always had a feeling that some of those talk shows were completely made up. Yes! And now you can not only watch me on YouTube, but you can watch or listen to me on Spotify. All right, guys. Speaking of which, I am going to sign off for the night, or morning, because it's now 1:38 in the morning, and I've made more work for myself these days by setting up the Spotify. Because I didn't have enough to do with the all of the editing and then the replay crew minis and the making all of the thumbnails and the merch and now I have to upload stuff to Spotify, and yeah. Tell you what though, I love it. I love it. I have the best life ever. I truly do. And I have 12 pounds of coffee in my kitchen. Well, actually more than that, because I had maybe 4 pounds of coffee in my kitchen before I had the 12 pounds of coffee added. And tomorrow I'll have a coffee pot. Oh my goodness. You are all so wonderful. And thank you again to Jerry Matthew Boyd for the cat treats and the Ava treats and which Ava's super grateful because she was down to her last couple treats. And thank you so much, early. Thank you for the coffee pot. Yes, it's Halloween now. Yay. Thank you, Manuel. I love you all. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.